Before I get on with this video, I just want to say Happy New Year. Now, uploading it today, it will say 31st of December. For us Australians, it's already January 1st. So, I guess I'll still be putting this video onto my 2020 playlist. But I hope 2020 is a good one for all of you. And yeah, let's hope nothing, or well, let's be real, bad things will happen. But you know, let's hope majority of it is good. I hope to get to like maybe 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So time to get to work. Okay, so last time I reviewed Rise of Skywalker and I talked about like some things I wish were different. And I also did a first impressions on The Mandalorian. And today I'm going to be doing kind of like my own review or my thoughts on season 1. I've now finished it. In fact, I actually finished it a couple of days ago. And now I want to talk about it. There's a lot I could actually say about The Mandalorian. I mean, there is a lot of things that happen, but it happens at like a slower pace than The Rise of Skywalker. Because I guess, you know, it is a series, like episode type deal. And yeah, no, but I'm gonna talk about the things that really stood out to me the most anyway. Like I just said before, the pacing. The pacing is, again, a lot slower than The Rise of Skywalker. I mean, I guess mainly because it's a series. But even from just the first episode 1, I was hooked. Things made sense, you can easily understand it, and off the bat, you care about the characters when you're introduced to them. And let me just say, I was pretty much instantly invested into the story already, and Baby Yoda was just the icing on top. Let's talk about the Mandalorian himself. So in my impressions video, which I'll link in the bottom, I said in my first impressions that, like, you know, you don't see his face, but you do end up, you know, caring about him. Just the way he's written, the stuff he says, the things he believes in. He's just got so much personality, there's so much character to him. He's easily one of my favorite characters now in the Star Wars universe. You know, he's got heart, he has flaws. Yeah, he's not a Mary Sue like Rey is. Like, he has his struggles, you know? I always thought that Mandalorians were OP, but in this series, you know, it comes to show that I guess even Mandalorians have their struggles, whether it be combat, personal life, etc. In a way, I'd like to say he's relatable, whereas in the sequel trilogies, you know, these... I don't know if I'm the only one, but like in the sequel trilogy, you know, characters just feel so fake. In The Mandalorian, however, it's just like characters like The Mandalorian is just... I can go on and on about how much I glorify The Mandalorian, but honestly, he's just such a good character. I really, really do genuinely like him. Now let's talk about the story. So, without diving into spoilers, which I'm trying to avoid in this, because I do really recommend watching the series. The way I would describe it is, you know, you've got a Mandalorian or a bounty, he's a bounty hunter, and, you know, he's just doing bounty hunter things, you know, just doing jobs, collecting bounties, etc., whatever bounty hunters do. And then he has a change of heart when he finds Baby Yoda, which I really like because he's stupidly cute. Like, I think that's really just the reason why everyone likes Baby Yoda, and you know what, I don't blame them. But there is one scene, I think it's episode 2, sorry, I forget, when he actually finds Baby Yoda with the IG unit, and it's just when he figures out who the bounty is, which is Baby Yoda. It's just, you can tell by the way it was shot, like, he has a change of heart, and literally all you see is his helmet. So I just like trying to describe this series, you know, like, I can't stress how well done it was made. And let me just tell you, there are a lot of scenes throughout the series that do have this sort of impact, where like you just really just see a helmet, but you can really feel how he may be feeling or what he's about to do, which for me in the film industry isn't exactly easy to do. Like, let's just compare him to Kylo Ren. Whenever Kylo Ren's wearing the helmet, I legit, and I'm not just saying this because I don't hate the sequels, but there are flaws. But with Kylo Ren, I felt like he had to take off the helmet to get people to know what he was thinking, what he was feeling. Like, take the Snoke throne room, for instance, in The Last Jedi. He was kneeling to Snoke. Snoke was pretty much roasting him. And then he takes off the helmet. And then that's when we see, oh, okay, he's feeling pretty down. Even then, you know, they had to take off the helmet. Whereas the Mandalorian keeps his helmet on 24/7. And we understand what he's going through, what he's feeling, etc. Emotions, if this is making any sense. Sorry, I know I'm really bad with words, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say here. Another thing I wanted to touch on in this video was the fan service in The Mandalorian. It was said that The Rise of Skywalker had a lot of fan service. I actually feel like The Mandalorian had way more fan service. A lot of prequel ones too. I will say the fan service sometimes did feel out of place, but nonetheless was still fun to go, oh yeah, look, it's, yeah. Like there's one bit where Gungans are mentioned. I was like, oh yeah. But for me, it didn't really affect the series as a whole. You know, it was still fun. And for me, it was a way to, I guess, apologize to the fans. That's just how I saw it anyway. And with that being said, you know, sometimes The Mandalorian, I mean, it is Star Wars, right? But sometimes it didn't feel like Star Wars, which I won't say is a turnoff, but sometimes it felt like I forgot I was watching Star Wars, if I'm making any sense here. And then the fan service happened and went, oh yeah, that's right, this is a Star Wars series. But nonetheless, it's still a really good series. And again, I 100% recommend you guys watch it. Now, another thing also to note on is some people have kind of, how can I say this? Like some episodes that came out, you know, some people like different episodes more than others. I see where they're coming from. I mean, they're not necessarily bad episodes, but you'll notice some episodes are weaker than others. I won't say which ones. I'm gonna make y'all find out for yourselves. Unless you guys already watched like reviews from like other YouTubers that have already spoiled everything. But then other episodes will make up for it. And you know what? The way I see it, it doesn't hurt to have some slower episodes. Because after all, like, for me, series, you'll have like really out there episodes, like a lot of flashy stuff happens, and then you'll have other episodes where, you know, there's more character building, I like to say. And you know what? I'm completely cool with that. This may sound really biased, but hey, it's what happens when you actually make a good Star Wars series or a movie, Disney. I'm sorry, that was a joke. Or was it? Like, I'm trying to think now what else I could say. Honestly, there's just so much, but I'm really trying not to spoil it too much. If you're wondering if there's any Jedi, no Jedi. Although there is a pretty big surprise at the end. Like, me and my mate from uni, we were like, oh my god! I won't spoil it. Like I said, I won't spoil it, but it caught us off guard. That reminds me, I want to talk about Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon is a cool character. I really liked him, even though he was only there for like, say, 2 episodes. He was a lot of things I wish Hux was in Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Intimidating, in a way, like, scary, but not in a, like, a raw kind of fashion. Badass, yeah, bad. But I'm really excited where they take him in the future series. And let me just say, he is a major character. There's so much in The Mandalorian Season 1, but there's a lot of things that will be in Season 2 from what I've heard. But honestly, I'm hooked. The Mandalorian, along with Jedi Fallen Order, the game, have both given me hope in the Star Wars franchise. The Rise of Skywalker was fun, but The Mandalorian in particular was just... But yeah, have you guys seen The Mandalorian yet? If so, comment below. I'd like to know what you guys thought. And I'm sorry, I'm just really keen for more Mandalorian. Like, I can't believe we have to wait another year or so. Well, I think end of this year, like November. I know supposedly they're filming now, so I'm like, ah! But anyway, guys, may the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next video.